My beloved child, listen closely. This moment is not ordinary. What you are hearing right now is not something you simply stumbled upon. It is not coincidence, not chance, not random scrolling. Heaven has arranged this exact moment because something in your life requires immediate attention. Do not skip. Stay with me until the end, because what is about to be revealed will change the way you see everything. Beware. God is trying to save you from a man, and the name, when it is revealed, will shock you. Before your mind tries to question this message, pause for a moment and ask yourself something deep within your soul. Why did this stop me? Out of everything you could be watching, out of all the places your attention could be, why did this message find you now? It is because heaven has been whispering your name, and today, that whisper has become a voice. God is moving his hand over your life right now, gently, but firmly, pulling you away from something you could not fully see on your own. A shadow has been following you, close enough to influence your thoughts, your emotions, and your path. And that shadow is connected to a man whose face you know, whose presence feels familiar, but whose intentions are not pure. Do not be afraid. This warning is not sent to frighten you. It is sent to protect you. Stay till the end, because every word you hear carries a piece of truth that heaven is carefully placing into your hands, one piece at a time. My beloved, God does not warn without reason, and he never warns too early or too late. He warns at the exact moment when the truth must be known. You may wonder, why now? Why not yesterday? Why not months ago? Why not later? Because something is unfolding in your life right now that carries consequences if left unchecked. A decision, a connection, a direction, something that looks harmless on the surface, but carries weight beneath it. Heaven sees the full picture. You see only what is in front of you. This is why you are watching this at this precise moment. You were meant to hear this before something irreversible took place. God is intervening before the trap fully closes. Nothing in your life is coincidence. The people you meet, the delays you face, the emotions you feel without explanation, none of it is random. Heaven has been watching silently, patiently, waiting for the right moment to pull the curtain back. That moment is now. There is a man in your life who has been closer than you realize. Not a stranger, not someone distant. This is someone you allowed into your circle, someone you spoke to, trusted, listened to, perhaps even defended. That is why the revelation will shock you, because betrayal never comes from far away. It comes from those who stand close enough to touch your life. This man smiled in front of you, but behind that smile was another story being written. He spoke sweetly, but his silence carried hidden intentions. He acted supportive, but his steps carried shadows. You noticed small things, moments that didn't fully make sense, words that felt slightly off, promises that sounded good but left your spirit uneasy. You told yourself you were overthinking. You brushed it aside. You chose peace over suspicion. But heaven did not ignore what you felt. Your spirit was already responding before your mind understood. Think back, my beloved. There were moments when you felt restless around him for no clear reason. Times when conversations ended, but your spirit felt heavy instead of peaceful. Moments when you felt drained after interactions, even though nothing bad had happened. Those were not random emotions. That was discernment. Your soul has a language that speaks before logic catches up. Heaven was tugging at you gently, trying to alert you without overwhelming you. But you were kind. You were trusting. You wanted to believe the best. And that is not a weakness. It is a beautiful quality. But that same kindness made you vulnerable to someone who studied your heart instead of honoring it. This man observed your compassion. He noticed your openness. He recognized your light, and instead of protecting it, he positioned himself close enough to influence it. He smiled, but his heart carried calculation. He spoke, but his silence hid conversations you were never meant to hear. He stood beside you, but not on your side. God saw what you could not see. When God exposes something, it is never out of anger. It is out of love. Heaven does not warn to scare you. Heaven warns to shield you. This man's presence has been hovering near your blessings. His influence has been delaying things that were meant to flow naturally into your life. Doors felt slower to open. Progress felt heavier. Joy felt interrupted. You may have blamed yourself. You may have wondered if you were doing something wrong. You were not. There was interference. Words spoken about you when you were not present. decisions made that involved your name without your consent, energy exchanged in places you never entered. But God heard everything, and God says, enough. My beloved child, if heaven had not intervened, things could have gone very differently. The reason you are still standing today is because you are protected. Archangel Michael has been circling around you, placing his sword between you and the harm that was meant to come. That is why certain plans collapsed. That is why certain things almost happened, but didn't. That is why situations shifted at the last moment. You were saved without even knowing you needed saving. This man thought he could slow you down. He thought he could influence your direction. He thought your kindness made you easy to manipulate. But he underestimated something powerful: your connection to God. Chosen ones are always warned before the trap is sealed. Heaven never allows its children to walk blindly into destruction. That is why you are here now. That is why you cannot look away. This man has been living two roles: the one you see and the one you don't. In one hand, he carried friendliness. In the other, he carried intention. He spoke one way to your face and another way when you were not present. His words in your presence were gentle, but his words behind your back were sharp. There were conversations you never heard, deals made in silence, thoughts carried in secret. He believed the truth would remain hidden, but he forgot who stands with you. He forgot that heaven records what humans try to conceal. He forgot that God does not sleep. He forgot that nothing whispered in darkness stays hidden forever. The veil is lifting now. Hear this clearly, beloved. God is not revealing this to wound your heart. He is revealing it to free you. Once you see clearly, deception will lose its power over you forever. Once the truth comes into the light, confusion will no longer have authority over your steps. The shock you feel will not be the shock of pain. It will be the shock of clarity. You will look back and suddenly understand every sign you once overlooked, every hesitation, every uneasy feeling, every delay. It will all make sense. There is something important heaven wants you to understand. Not everyone who arrives in your life is sent to stay. Not everyone who feels meant to be is meant to remain. Some people are tests. Some are lessons. Some are distractions dressed like divine timing. This man arrived in a way that felt significant, perhaps even destined. But heaven reveals that not all arrivals are from God. Some are sent to slow you down. Some are sent to test your discernment. Some are sent to see if you will choose truth over comfort. This man carried the power to delay, not to build. And heaven has decided that his influence ends here. The reason the name will shock you is not because you don't know him. It is because you thought you knew him fully. He is not far away. He has been close enough to affect your days, influence your emotions, and stand near the place where your blessings were about to fall. That is why the revelation feels heavy. But remember this: God reveals before damage becomes destiny. You are being pulled out before the weight of his shadow touches what belongs to you. My beloved child, breathe deeply. This moment is not ordinary. This is a turning point. Once the truth is revealed, you will not return to blindness. Your steps will change. Your boundaries will strengthen. Your discernment will sharpen. You will no longer ignore the language of your spirit. God is standing in front of you like a shield, saying, I will not allow my child to be deceived any longer. You are not losing anything by seeing the truth. You are gaining freedom. Stay calm. Stay prayerful. Stay aware. Do not confront in emotion. Do not react in haste. Let wisdom guide your next steps. Heaven has already gone before you. And remember this forever: if God is exposing someone, it is because he is protecting something. And that something is you. God doesn't reveal to hurt you. He reveals to save you. Don't skip. Stay with me until the very end, because what is unfolding right now is not accidental. You did not arrive here by chance. This moment has been scheduled in heaven long before you ever pressed play. Beloved, God has been present in every whisper you tried to ignore, every quiet warning that rose in your chest without explanation, every strange heaviness that followed certain conversations. Every time your spirit tightened, even though nothing outward seemed wrong, those were not random feelings. They were not fear. They were not imagination. They were divine signals. And now, heaven is no longer whispering. The time for silence has ended. What was hidden is being pulled into the light. Don't skip. This revelation is not here to scare you. It is here to free you. Beloved, when the name is revealed, It will sting at first. It will hit your mind like cold air. Your heart may skip for a moment. Your spirit may tremble. But immediately after that shock, something else will happen. Relief. A deep, undeniable sense of release will wash over you. Because suddenly everything from your past will align. Every confusing interaction, every unexplained pause, every moment you walked away wondering why something felt off, you will realize heaven was protecting you all along. Archangel Michael was standing between you and a trap you never fully saw. Sword drawn, armor shining, blocking paths you almost stepped into, deflecting intentions that were never meant to reach you. Beloved, don't skip. You are closer to the truth than you have ever been. The next phase of this journey is the closest you have ever been to clarity. The veil is thin now. The silence is breaking. The name is almost here. My beloved child, you are standing at the very edge of revelation. This is the threshold where heaven decides you're ready. Ready to see what you were never meant to discover alone. The man's name is pressing against the silence, ready to fall from the lips of heaven. And when it does, it will not just shake your mind, it will shake your spirit. God has been waiting for this exact moment to uncover what was buried, not because he delayed, but because he was preparing you. Beloved, remember this truth. Every time your heart felt uneasy, it was not weakness, it was warning. Every time your soul whispered that something was wrong, it was not fear, it was prophecy. Every time you doubted yourself, heaven was quietly saying, you are seeing correctly, you are sensing accurately, and now, all those whispers are merging into one undeniable truth. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The name is not of a stranger. This is what makes it difficult. It is someone whose footsteps you already recognize. Someone whose voice you have already trusted. Someone whose presence you believed was safe. But heaven says, this is the man I am saving you from. His smile was not pure. His promises were not eternal. His intentions were not aligned with the light. You saw fragments of it. You sensed it in flashes. But you didn't yet have the full picture. God did. God saw the shadows he carried when he thought no one was looking. God saw the double language. God saw the manipulation hidden beneath charm. God saw the mask long before you did. And now, beloved, you will see too. Stay till the end. Because when the name comes, you will look back at every conversation, every silence, every pause, and finally understand why you felt the way you did. This is not exposure for entertainment. This is liberation. This is awakening. God never reveals without purpose. And tonight, his purpose is clear: to save you, to protect you, to cut you free. My beloved child, don't skip. Stay till the end. The name is closer than a breath. Heaven is holding it until your heart is ready to receive. And now, that readiness has arrived. The moment is here where heaven holds nothing back. The air around you is heavy because truth is pressing forward. The silence is straining under the weight of revelation. God is not whispering anymore. He is declaring, I am saving my child. I will not allow them to walk blindly into deception. I will expose what hides behind false light. You are standing at the final door. Behind it waits an identity that will shock you. Think back. How many times did you feel a strange pause when he spoke? How many times did his words hesitate? How often did his promises feel sweet, but empty? Those were not coincidences. Those were signs. Heaven was sending signals long before you had language for them. But now the key is in your hand. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Beloved, the truth is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to free you. That is why heaven chose this very moment to reveal it. The man whose name you are about to hear is not far away. He is not unknown. He is not a stranger passing through. He is someone close enough to touch your days. Someone trusted enough to step into your circle. Someone bold enough to hide in plain sight. But his mask is falling. And when it drops, the name will echo in your soul like thunder. Stay till the end, because this is not just about a name. This is about your destiny. The second you know, your heart will align with heaven's warning. Your spirit will breathe lighter. Your steps will no longer stumble. My beloved child, don't skip. The next heartbeat could carry the name. The next breath could release it. The next word could shock you with its weight. Stay with me, because heaven is about to reveal what you were never meant to discover alone. You're standing in the very center of divine revelation. The truth is no longer distant. It is breathing down your neck, waiting to be spoken aloud. God says the trap they built is collapsing. The deception is cracking. The mask is falling. Beloved, remember how many times you questioned yourself. You wondered if you were imagining things, if you were being too cautious, if you were simply overthinking. Heaven says, no, you were discerning. Your spirit was alert. The uneasiness you carried was the voice of God saying, beware, don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. This man thought he was hidden, thought his secrets were sealed, thought his plans would never surface. But he forgot one thing. Heaven sees everything. Every conversation spoken in darkness, every intention formed in secrecy, every step taken under false light. Nothing escapes the eyes of God. And now, beloved, that record is being opened. Stay till the end, because once the name enters the light, you will never see him the same again. Do not tremble. Heaven is on your side. This revelation is not here to break your heart. It is here to protect it. God is cutting the final thread tying you to illusion. My beloved child, don't skip. The next line may carry the shock you were destined to hear. The name that explains why heaven interrupted your life at this exact moment. Your spirit is trembling because it knows the truth is near. Heaven is holding your hand and saying, I will not let my child fall into deception. I will uncover the one who pretended in light, but lived in shadow. Beloved, look back. The restless nights, the sudden heaviness, the strange silence when he entered your space. Those were warnings written into your days. You ignored them because you wanted peace. That heaven delayed because it wanted clarity. That hour is now. The name is circling like thunder before a storm, so close that your soul already senses it. And when it falls, the shock will not come from distance, but from familiarity, because betrayal only hurts when trust existed. He is not far. He is near. And heaven says, this is the one you thought was safe. Stay till the end, because when your eyes open, they will never close again. And hear this, beloved, when the name is revealed, it will not only expose him, it will reveal you. It will show you how strong you are, how protected you have always been, how God never left you alone in deception. Don't skip. The name is standing at the doorway. Your life is one breath away from truth, one heartbeat away from freedom, one whisper away from clarity. Archangel Michael is standing guard, sword raised, chains ready to be cut. Beloved, this is the moment where heaven leans in close. The silence is breaking. The unveiling is here. Stay till the end. Your freedom has arrived.